It's story time. Hey guys, I'm going to share a story with you today. And it was a channeling that I had done back in July and a download regarding Alexander the Great and who he was, his mission and purpose, and how he was connected to the goddess Artemis. So if you're interested, look at the description box and I will put where you can read more about it. Welcome to my space. Today, I wanted to share with you a download that I got back in July around my birthday when I missed my trip to Turkey. And I started connecting to Alexander the Great's story. So I had wrote a Substack about it where I didn't realize at the time that they were connected exactly and how. And so now that I have had time to integrate, if you're interested, stay with me. So the night that Alexander was born, Graham Hancock said it was said that the lightning struck and his mother Olympia gave birth to him and the temple of Artemis burned down in the same night. Now, there are people in history that try to say, no, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. But as you know, history has been changed so that perhaps they didn't want you to know how important Alexander was when it comes to being a divine messenger and blessed by the goddess. So when I wrote the article about Alexander and Artemis, I didn't know that he was actually an incarnated version of Artemis herself, the warrior goddess. The night that he was born, the temple of Artemis had burned down. And I believe Graham Hancock said in his book, let's see, which one was it? The Master Game, I believe. Yeah, that's it. I should open that page. Oh, that's a great idea. Let me open the page. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I have the book, The Master Game. I haven't read it in a while, but I'm sorry, I couldn't find the page. But anyway, so that night, his mother, Olympia, gave birth to him. Supposedly, the temple of Artemis burned down. Well, I could see that they were twins, but I wasn't sure when I had channeled that and how it fit. Come to find out, Alexander was a warrior goddess incarnated. That's the reason he was great. And believe me, men don't want to hear about it, but he was a feminine soul and a masculine body. He was a freaking master when he was born. He was able to command the elements just like Artemis. If she had been in the temple before it burned, she would have commanded the rain to come and put the fire out. But no, Artemis, she incarnated that night into the body of Alexander, who would later command armies. And because he was such a high level being, he was able to do things that normal people can't do. And he was the only one to ever get on the land of the Persian people and outsmart them and defeat them. Because their land, as you might have seen videos on it, is mountainous and rugged terrain. It's very hard. You can't beat them on foot with horses, typically. You know, we've got machine now, but even then, I don't think it's an easy strategy, an easy strategical maneuver to do, unless, of course, you're a goddess or god or goddess incarnated. So he was really a warrior for the light, though. He was a part of the angelic collective that incarnates occasionally, I believe. And so that's why he was able to conquer. But I have a lot more to talk about about Alexander. And he was betrayed by one of his wives. I want to say Roxana. Roxana was the betrayer. Anyway, but he wasn't just betrayed by her. He was also betrayed by his generals. And not just one. I ended up finding out it was more than that. It was like 3 people betrayed him that he trusted. And he conquered because he was a magical being and incarnated, and he had beautiful hair. He was so beautiful. They show his face, and many times you see the hair. And he's always looking up because it was almost like the archetype of Joan of Arc, who was able to hear messages directly into her head from the higher incarnation of her. And so he was just like that. And that was my download. I wanted to share. Take it for how it resonates. And that's all I want to say today. I think it's important to know that sometimes beings incarnate in certain bodies to fulfill missions. And men don't want to hear Alexander the Great was a woman. And that's why I think that's a good story. But he wasn't a regular woman. He was a goddess incarnated. He was Artemis. And I can't tell you how I know. I just know.